Good day, ma'am. Today we are going to do a presentation about counseling and guidance uh, theory. So we have chose psychoanalytic theory to do the explanation. So first, Puana will explain about the introduction.
So the history of the theory is psychoanalytic is a type of therapy that aims to release pent up and repressed emotions and memories in or to let the client to catharsis or healing. In other words, the goal of psychoanalytic is to bring what exists at the unconscious and subconscious level up to consciousness. This goal is to accomplish through talking to another person about the big question in life, the things that matter, and diving into the complexities that lie as the simple seeming surface. So now I will pass it to Nandini.
Good day to madam. My name is Udaya Nandini. Today I'm going to talk about the psychoanalytic perspective for the theoretical assumptions. So generally the psychoanalytic approach focus or significantly is about the unconscious mind. It can also be told as the focus indicate that the past experience that left unconscious in our unconscious mind, which people are unaware of their influence action. So there is actually a basic principles for the psychoanalytic theory. There are actually two levels of consciousness, which is like conscious, pre-conscious, and unconscious. So for an example of conscious is like what we think about the experience at any given moment. For an example, like something that happening in front of our eyes, we will be like something bad that happening in front of our eyes, we will be like, well, thank God that the particular thing that happened to that person didn't happen to me, which is like we are realizing something that happening in front of us. So, but pre-conscious is what we can readily call to consciousness, like we recall of a certain memory or a knowledge. And for unconscious is about a thought or a desire, like we are not aware at all. Like this is considered a largest level of consciousness. Then next, I'm going to talk about the structure of personality. So for the structure of personality, there is in the role of unconsciousness, which is regarding the ID, superego, and also ego. Uh, this is actually like basically our characters, like how we are reacting on a certain situation. And this is also including a person's defense mechanism. Like for an example, I will come to that after this. So for generally the theoretical assumptions, there are a dynamic interaction with three parts of our mind. That is um, like what we are doing now is maybe like a influence from what we have faced in our childhood. Various problems from a human personality shape out as an adult throughout childhood development. So for the next one, the psychoanalytic approach as said that say some behavior in adulthood can be the experience of the development of children, like obviously what I've said. There are also some example of behavior and their explanation during the psychoanalytic approach, which I think is like really interesting because we come across like most of these type of people around us. For an example, nail biting. Some people started to bite their nails when they feel like very stressed, very depressed, anxiety, like they're trying to control themselves by biting the nails. This is like my own example. I have one of my friend. Actually, he like tend to wash his hand like really often, like around 30 minutes once, it's like the person is realizing that the person is like keep on washing the hand and so on. But then when we ask them to control that, like, do you know that this is like something very bad, you keep on washing your hand, it's like he will give the answer that since young the father will be like anything he wanted to touch after playing or something, like in childhood, the father will be like, go and wash your hand first, then only you can touch this, then you can touch that. So in his opinion, it's like I'm gonna touch something, even am I gonna hold my phone, I have to wash my hands because there will be like germs, bacteria, and so on. So this is like example of the psychoanalytic approach. So I think from this we can see how psychoanalytic approach works and how this theory can be used to explain the behavior and actions actually. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay. Uh, I'm going to explain about techniques used in the theory. The techniques that are used in this theory is free association, dream analysis, and Rorschach ink blot and Freudian sleep. Okay, first I will explain about free association. Free association means uh, when when you say something that directly comes out from your mind without your conscious filter, uh, that is the ultimate goal of this process, to get an unconscious process. So next I will explain about dream analysis. Okay, Fred also used dream analysis technique. The client has to report the dream. Uh, the client has to report the dream, and the content was believed to stand for a client's true desire and fear. And Fred always believes in dream, and he thinks there's a meaning for each and every dream that we are having. Next, I will explain about Rorschach ink blot. Okay, uh, this is a kind of projective technique. This technique was created by Hermann Rorschach in 1981. Uh, the clients does this test so that it will automatically connect to the unconscious mind. So everyone, when they do this test, like for example, you need a paper and then you will have ink in the middle and then you need to fold. So when you open, you can see a butterfly or butterfly image. But different people will have different point when they see the ink blot. Okay. Next, the last technique will be Freudian sleep. Okay, Freudian believe that sometimes when we have some conscious thought and feeling can be shown in the form of paraprax, means Freudian sleep or slip of tongue actually. So we can tell what is really in our mind without meant that particular word. For example, okay, I'm saying a guy is working in a uh, no. Okay, for example, a guy who is working in a bread shop. Okay, he wants to ask, which bread you want, ma'am? But in the slip of tongue, he asked which bed you want. So that is what the bed was in his subconscious mind, and then it when he talked, it was like uh, it it came up. So that is it's not an accident when we have a slip of tongue. It is everything about your subconscious mind thinking. That's it. I will pass to Alicia.
Okay, I'll be explaining about application of the theory to resolve client's problem. So this in this theory we use the family therapy, which is there is certain types of therapy to resolve the client's problem. In this theory, to solve the client's problem, which they face since childhood, we use the family therapy, which emphasize the family contents that the relationship form. This therapy usually focuses on the unconsciousness process and the unresolved conflict which they face since childhood. Usually, it is viewed as a family relationship therapy, which tells the importance of the adults, members in the family to understand the way to resolve the conflict, and that conflict does not affect the childhood memories. So through this therapy, the family therapy will help the child to find out the issue that they gone through since childhood and give them a healthier and happy family. So through this therapy and this theory, they can resolve the problem. So next, I will pass it to Vaishu.
So I will explaining about criticism of psychoanalytic. So first technique is just one among numerous sorts of psychotherapy used in psychiatry. So numerous protests have been leveled against conventional therapy, both for its methodological inflexibility and for its absence of hypothetical trueness. Critics have likewise called attention to the Freud's hypothetical model image from a humanist example gathering. Privileged Australian ladies living in explicitity, subdued society of the late 19th penny. For example, numerous clinicians made first emphasis on sex as a determinant of character exactly decided. Different issues with conventional therapy are identified with Freud's technique for examination. Next, conclusion. In conclusion, viewed.
Vaishu, we can't hear you.
Oh, can you hear me? Intel,
Yes,
can you
yes.
hear me?
No.
Cannot?
Maybe you speak louder.
Now can?
Yes.
Now can?
Yes.
In conclusion, the psychoanalytic analysis can be viewed as extremely since it underlines the likelihood that all craftsmen must be hypocritical. It utilizes their specialty to show those obviously inspirations, and it focuses explanation that no craftsman is truly aware of what he is composing, which I believe isn't generally evident. A psychoanalytic applied to any living human demonstrates that no man can be above him, dependent upon some psychological issues that some stage of even through everyday life, that problem will undoubtedly occur. The truth of the matter is that the more it is expressed, the better. So it is accepted and acknowledged by therapists. A simple outlet to any issues of weight that is metal offer elevation to the victim. Psychoanalytic hypothesis is all around perceived as a groundbreaking and unique ambition. That has been the motivation to various scientists and unusual brain research. However, the issues of its scientific is not that's all about the conclusion.
Is everything okay?
Yeah.
Okay.